Let's assume that you've decided to make a short film on your own and do not know where to start. I will try to make it a bit easier by explaining the whole process from start to finish, so you wouldn't miss anything. Let's begin. Some people are eager to start filming as soon as possible and hate writing anything that is longer than the title.
I'm doing it! I'm doing it! Yeah! Yeah! In some of these, in some of these. Almost there, and done. Now let's see how it looks so far. The break time!
Unfortunately, I'm one of them. But the sooner you accept the importance of a good script and planning, the better it is. It is best if you write your own script, because you know your own limitations and would not put scenes that require a lot of CGI if the most advanced CGI that you've ever done was this donut which you created following the tutorial. Try to keep it simple. There are many movies that are extremely simple from a technical standpoint, but evoke a ton of emotions. And emotions is the most important thing that a good movie should bring. I will link some of my videos about writing in the description, so you can check them out if you're interested. The next step is creating a storyboard. Once your script is ready, you need to decide which angle, lens and movement you are going to use for a particular shot. Your storyboard should not be perfect. I, for example, cannot draw something even remotely decent, even if my life was dependent on it. Also, creating a great-looking storyboard is actually a waste of time. The storyboard should be a kind of reminder, which will not let you forget or skip the next shot. You can use some online services or simply draw it by hand, but this step is crucial. From my personal experience, I now know that skipping even small, seemingly not important shot can ruin your movie completely. Also, before creating a storyboard or even writing a script, it would be ideal to already know your location. This way, it is much easier to imagine where you would put your actors as well as your equipment, and what kind of blocking you are going to have. Of course, it is often not possible. In this case, you need to have a look at your location at least a couple of days before the shoot, so you could alter some things in your script or storyboard that simply don't work. And it leads us to our next step: actor screening and location scouting. Finding the perfect actor could elevate the whole movie, but it is extremely difficult even for huge companies with almost unlimited budgets. That is why we have two options: hiring actors or using friends. Each option has its pros and cons. By hiring actors, you can be sure that they can act, at least to some extent, and that they are going to work without arguing whether this decision that you are making is right or not. Unfortunately, they cost money, and usually the better the actor, the higher the price. Working with your friends is much less stressful and usually free, but they are not trained actors, that's why you will be making more takes. Also, they are not paid for this, and they usually have a day job, so you'll have to make your way around these obstacles to be able to gather them all in one place at one time. If they are not involved enough in what you're doing, they will become tired, irritated, and annoyed pretty quickly, which will turn the whole thing into a nightmare. But on the bright side, you are not constricted by budget here, and can film as long as you want, perfecting every shot. Now to the location scouting. As before, you basically have two options. Well, three if you can build your own set. But let's assume that it's not really possible for low-budget filmmaking. Then you end up with two options: renting a place or using your own/your friend's place. Renting a place for a short film is great, because there are some really cool places ready to be used. They are prepared for you, furnished, and look just super nice on camera, but of course they usually cost a lot, and you will be rushed because of the time limit. Using your place, on the other hand, may not be so good looking, but you will be stress-free because of unlimited time that will allow you to focus on your craft. Also, you can shoot outside, which will resolve many problems about locations, but will introduce a new one: how to control light. The sun doesn't give a damn about your shoot and will change your scene from take to take. You need to find a way to control light and to work quicker than usual. Finding prompts. Finding the right prompts is a goddamn pain in the ass. My suggestion is to start looking for them as soon as possible, because it will take much more time than you think it will. But here is the thing. Some of the prompts, like guns and some filming equipment, you will have to rent, which means the longer you have it, the more expensive it is going to become. Bear in mind that the bigger the number of such things, the more pain in your ass you're going to have. Now, additionally to planning what prompts you're going to need and finding them, you need to decide what equipment you're going to need besides the ones you have. Do you need a second camera? How many lights you need? And what type of power source they use? Do you need to hire a cameraman and a gaffer, or your budget will make you do these things on your own? Those things are important and you need to write a list of them beforehand. Also, a quick tip. If you're planning to make a movie completely on your own, you're going to care about a lot of things on the set, which will turn the whole experience into a nightmare. The solution is to plan as many things as you can beforehand. Now we have finally reached the shooting stage. And here the main advice is not to panic. The night before, your mind will be overwhelmed with things you need to remember and to control. But it's okay. Do not rush and slowly make your way according to the plan. Also, do not get disappointed if not everything goes according to your plan. In movie making, it never does. Learn how to improvise and adapt. Being a movie director is being able to solve problems on the fly. So don't stress too much and enjoy what you're doing. Editing phase. Thank God the stress is over and now you can calm down and work with what you have. Take your time, the edit can change a movie completely. Do not forget that sound is 50% of the movie, and that's why if you didn't capture some of the sounds on set, have your actors do ADR and find the ambient sounds online. For ADR, use the same mic that was used on set, or you can ADR the whole movie if you didn't have the opportunity to capture good audio on set. Replace the sounds of movements and different events with crisp, studio ones. Carefully calibrate each shot the way you planned before you even started shooting. And here you have it, your first movie. Of course, there is tons of information I wasn't able to put in this video and will try to cover them in the future ones. And also your first movie is probably going to be a shitty one. This is just the way it is. You will not be able to create a masterpiece on your first try. It is simply impossible. But you will gain a lot of experience that will eventually lead you to the project of your dream. Good luck, and thank you for watching.